Hey guys, I wanted to let you know I'm trying to start making some more videos. It's been a long stretch since I've made videos. Been going through some pretty tough life stuff. So I haven't really had my mind on Magic, but recently started getting back into playing Constructed and been playing the Blue-White Soldiers deck. Here is my current iteration of the deck. Just hit Diamond yesterday, playing best of one, and it's been a lot of fun. I really am enjoying it. It's having a really hard matchup against Mono Red, which I kind of expected, but it has some nice game against some of the control decks where it's just kind of able to power out sort of a big swing with Harbin, Vanguard, Aviator. So what I like about the deck, it feels sort of like a combo deck in the sense where you're getting a lot of value out of some cards like Aviator or Skystrike Officer. Basically, kind of the overall game plan is to try to get 5 soldiers on the board and then get out Harbin and fly over for the win. Otherwise, just generating a lot of value with Skystrike Officer. It took me a while to realize how to really use Siege Veteran, that it's much more of a defensive card than offensive card, to help kind of buy you time to get your big flyover attack. And so I ended up looking at some of the versions of this deck, and at first I had kind of a lower land count. I've since gravitated to about 23 land, partially because I want to be able to get Fortified Beachhead to be able to get like the extra big swing with the pump effect here. I want to be able to reliably do that, and then I also want to be able to reliably hit my 3-drops on turn 3. For a while I was running 2 of Morel, the 4-drop soldier-centric guy that makes a bunch of soldiers when you attack, but I just found that he was kind of sort of like a winning more card, where games where I won with that card, I would have won anyways, and games where I played him and then died to damage, it would have been much more useful as a cheaper cost card. Other minor things, Recruitment Officer cannot hit Mirel because it's mana value 4. It's a fairly corner case, but just kind of getting sort of the mana curve down a little bit, I think really helped. I also tried some various different cards which were interesting, but ultimately I decided to cut. For a while I was looking at the God, I can't think of the name of it here. I'll do a quick search, but I was looking at the 2/2 soldier who, this one, Guardian of New Benalia, which is a powerful card, certainly, but I found out it's sort of not what this deck is really trying to do, because you don't want to be enlisting and tapping your stuff down. You want to be able to keep it back and then tapping out with Skystrike Officer. Also, you're kind of trying to win on the ground a little bit with Guardian, and that's, again, not really what this deck is trying to do. You're trying to build up a big board and then fly over for the win. Again, it's not a bad card. It's certainly not bad. It's just that I wanted other cards more. I found that having my 1-drops at 10 really kind of helped make sure that I could reliably get a turn 1 1-drop, which I think is really, really important in this deck, because in order to be able to hit your 5 and then fly over for the win, you need to have that turn 1 1-drop. I put in 2 Survivor of Corliss, which is not a great card, but the first strike is actually surprisingly relevant. And then being able to scry if it dies is sort of like a tiny little added bonus. Basically, it's there because it's a soldier and it costs 1 mana, if we're just being really honest. I like the other 2, the other 1-drops that we've got here. They both are great. And then for the 3-drops, I think pretty much every soldier deck does run 4 Brutal Cathar, 4 Siege Veteran, and 4 Sky Strike Officer, and they are all just amazing. And I think because this is a pretty filled 3-drop slot, that's also why I didn't want to run 4 mana cards. I just wanted to kind of shift the curve down a little bit. And then our 2-drops, so Reinforcements, again, this is kind of more of a combo card. You're trying to get to 5 soldiers as soon as possible. 2 soldiers and 1 card. Thalia, while I don't want to see more than one of these in a game, typically, this is also just, I mean, it's so good because it shuts down control decks, and also we literally have no spells in this deck. It's just creatures. So it doesn't hurt any of our stuff at all. So I made it a 2 of. Denick is a 1 of because I don't want the legend rule to kind of come into effect. And sure, I could probably get away with running 2 of these, but I just haven't got room. Basically, it's just kind of a, yeah, it just gets in the way, gets middle of life, whatever. Valiant Veteran, obviously, this is a 4 of because everything I have is soldiers. It's amazing. And then Harbin, while it is a legend, I want 4 of these because I literally want to see one every single game. And I don't care if they kill the first one, I want to have a second one ready to go. Because this is almost always how you win the game, is just by dropping this card, flying over and winning. A lot of times, I literally won't play this until the turn that I'm about to win. Like, you don't want to put it out there and have it, you know, taken out before you're able to fly over for the win. So usually you just play it the turn that you have 5 creatures and then fly over for the win. If I've got 4 of them, I can maybe be a little bit more reckless with them and maybe put one out early. And I mean, it's a great attacker. It's a 3/2 for 2 mana, which is amazing. So having 4, I think, really helps because then you play one early. If they kill it, so what? You just replay it for the win. Yeah, that's pretty much the deck. We have the 1 Odawara Soaring City and the 1 Iganjo, just because we can run them without any downside. And then I don't have any natural islands because I just don't feel like I need them. You know, like, I guess land destruction is not as much of a thing. And also I think I have 16 natural, or I have 16 sources of blue mana, and then 18 if you consider the Plaza of Heroes, which will help with both Harbin and Denick. So the only other blue card I've got is Sky Strike Officer, which is a 3-drop. So I think I'm doing okay there. And instead of running like 1 island and 3 plans, I'm just running all plans because you just want the white mana more. So at any rate, let's get into some games. I think, you know, just kind of looking back at some of the decks that this is coming up against, again, mono red is very prevalent, and so the fact that this deck does not have a great matchup against it, or maybe I'm just playing it wrong, but it does seem like that is a really tough matchup, is problematic. But I think that this deck is so much fun to play that I don't really care. I just sort of want to play it anyways. Yeah, it does have better game against control than your standard aggro deck, though, which is nice. Great hand. Now, admittedly, no 1-drop, but with 10 1-drops, there's a pretty good chance we'll see one. So here's mono red. Kind of unfortunate for us. And I'm still trying to tease out, like, you know, what the best way is against mono red. You know, should I just try to be racing them? Try to be ultra defensive until I stabilize. Kind of the problem that I'm having is I don't really stabilize. So yeah, it just seems to be a really rough matchup. But yeah, please, I mean, if you guys see anything here or, you know, have recommendations. And again, we're happy to drop this because we got an extra one here. So I definitely welcome comments. You know, I am by no means an amazing player. I just like Magic and I like to play. So probably many of you guys are better players than I am. I think right here we just got to stem the bleeding because he's already got out mechanized warfare, and we're having a really hard time. I can't even see racing this right now. Like, we have to stabilize. So I think we could try to set up Siege Veteran. The problem is that that's going to do 3 damage because of mechanized warfare. So I think going Cathar here and just taking this down a notch is maybe okay. And then it forces him to use removal on our Cathar instead of our face. So I think that's probably the play. Like, it's not ideal, but we're kind of in panic mode. This at least stems the bleeding a tiny bit. Like, Mechanized Warfare is such a nasty card. Just, oh my god. Okay, he had the removal also. So now we're taking 3, 6, 8 damage. Yeah, like, this is just... I don't really know how we win this matchup if they have a decent draw. If they go first, like, we're pretty much dead every time. Okay, so I think we just drop Veteran and then Reinforcements. Because otherwise we're just... Well, I mean, I guess any removal spell they draw will kill us. So we could try to... Yeah, I think that we just go for Reinforcements here. I think we're pretty much just dead no matter what, but we got to play like we have a chance. Yeah, and I think that that's it right there, because then I guess we can block all their guys, but then if they play Phoenix Check, it's just over. So I think we're just dead. All right. So yeah, if you guys have any ideas on the red matchup, I am all ears. Also, in my last couple videos, I was just kind of putting music on and not really talking. I don't know if you guys prefer my commentary or prefer just to kind of chill out with music. I got kind of a notification from YouTube. I think that one of the songs that was played like wouldn't allow this video to be shown at like parts of the world, and so I got to be a little careful with like you know, the copyright stuff for the songs that I'm playing. So anyways, just give me your feedback if you guys would prefer to see just me in commentary, or if you'd rather have music. Let me know. And I guess the other thing I was gonna sort of mention, while I do really enjoy Standard, I also love to draft, and I haven't done very many drafting videos, so if you guys like draft, I also like to do that. So if that's something that sounds interesting or that you would like to see, let me know. All right, so I think we just, yeah, we go Reinforcements here, and then hopefully draw into a land on our next turn and can either set up Veteran or Sky Strike Officer. Or I guess Cathar. Yeah, unfortunately, we did not draw it. Okay, so I guess we just go Veteran and push. Yeah, this is another reason why I upped the land count to 23, because you want to hit your 3 drops on time every game if you can. I haven't really seen the Rafine deck recently, so I don't really know kind of what they run. I just assume mostly removal and Rafine. Yeah. If they play Thalia, I guess they haven't got a lot of creature spells, so that's, or non-creature spells. I guess we could play our own Thalia here. I think, yeah, we want to draw Cathar. It's not perfect, but pushing 2 damage doesn't seem worth it right here. But this way, I guess, like, go for the throat would cost them 4 mana. Okay, that is gross. Alright, well that was a nice draw. So now we go ahead and Cathar. Yeah, we can Cathar Shieldred, get into Thalia. I think that's the play. I guess we could push with everybody here, like they kill our recruitment officer, but then we push 4 damage. Maybe that's worth it. I think at some point it will be. I mean, they're 10, so yeah, I think we actually just push here. I don't know if it was right to push there with everybody, but I feel like it was. Okay, well this is great. So now we've got Cathar backup. And because we've got Thalia, we don't have to worry about any non-creature spells. So I think this, I mean, they're going to gain some life, but whatever. Alright, he gets us, well, he does get us to 5. Ugh. Maybe we should have blocked Thalia. She can just kill us with her fiend now. Okay, so I think yeah, that was unfortunate. I think we should have blocked Thalia with our Thalia. So I think he just gets us in the air with Rafine, so that means we have to play Sky Strike plus Recruitment Officer. Then we can't draw any cards because we'll die to Shieldred. Oh, this is gross. I think we have to go Sky Strike here, just so we don't die. Plus Recruitment Officer, and then sit. He's at 17. So actually we don't necessarily have to block Rafine. I mean, let's see, if we draw Harbin, we have to block 2 guys, so we lose 2 of our creatures. Draw Harbin. That gives us 3, 6, 9. 14, it's not enough. Okay. Maybe we try to kill Shieldred? I guess we could use Cathar to block Shieldred, since it's gonna, well, let's see, what does this look like? So if we go like that, kill Shieldred, go to 1. I think maybe this is the play. Because I don't think we can do enough to do 17 in one turn. And he just has another shield red. Great. Okay, I do remember this deck now from last season. Just the Infinite Legends deck. Okay, and that's gonna do it. Yeah, it just runs 4 of all the legends, I remember now. Ooh. And I think honestly a lot of it is I'm just still learning this deck, the nuances of how to do everything with it, and certainly not claiming to be great at it, but it is fun to play. I think I just love the chance to combo with it and draw a bunch of cards and swing in for big numbers. And it seems like a cool deck. I don't know. I love white in general, and so adding the flavor of white-blue. Now, I could just play this now since they won't be able to counter it, but is it better to wait until their turn? I don't actually know. I think maybe we want to do it on their turn, just so that'll let, like if they counter on their own turn, then we can play Sky Strike, which is better. Like there are times I think where playing this main phase is actually correct. Not very often, but every once in a while. And I guess since they've got mana open, we probably don't want to Sky Strike this turn, or just go like Yoshin instead and swing. So I think that's probably the move. Kind of force them to do something, and then we can, when they tap out, we can go Sky Strike. Yeah, the nice thing like with blue is like the impetus is on them to do something, because otherwise you just kill them with your like tiny little 1-drops. I don't know if any of you guys are going to be playing in the Arena Open this weekend, and it does sound fun. I think Sealed is like my least favorite format of all time. I just hate it because it just feels really, really kind of luck dependent on like what you get. And like I love Draft, I love Constructed, I hate Sealed. And especially it's like a really big cost. It's like 5,000 gems, I think, or 25,000 gold. So it just seems like you're literally just flushing money down the toilet. If you like Sealed and you're into it, like that's cool, but just not really me. Like for the limited Arena Opens, I wish they'd just start with Draft instead of starting with Sealed. Okay, mono black zombies. Have not really run into this deck before. At least it's been a while. Um, I guess, do we care about their 3-drop with Thalia? I don't think that they have too many 3-drops that I care about. Like, I want this probably but turn, like, next turn, because I think, like, their 4s and 5s are more worried about pushing back. So I think I just want to go officer, attack, and then reinforcements on their end of turn. I think is what I want to do. Like, this is more damage, but I also, like, again, don't want to just open it up since I haven't got a second one. Also, if they have, like, I guess they could have Liliana. So maybe Thalia is good against that. But this is also good against Liliana, so not as worried. Sure. I guess if he hits me, he can pay life to draw a card. So maybe it's worth half a card to block. But then we won't have this thing happening. Yeah, I mean, I'd pay half a card to block. And then we definitely block with our token instead, just in case we get like our siege veteran online. We want to keep the actual guy who's not a token around. Alright, so now we can either Cathar or we can Thalia an officer. So I'm trying to think of like what 4-drops they have that I care about. Maybe we can even wait another turn on Thalia here. I guess they probably have like removal for Cathar, so it's not great. So maybe this is better. Okay, so I think we just shove, drop these two. Do we care about blocking that thing? I guess like this plus this could block that, but I kind of now I'm getting closer to Harbinger, so maybe it's better to, yeah. So maybe it's actually better to drop one of these guys than Thalia. Kind of like that actually. Like they will have full use of their mana, but yeah, I think that's fine. Now they know what our plan is, but they probably guessed it anyways. And this does at least trade with one of these things. And I think since we have the extra one, we're maybe okay trading. Okay. Like, he definitely wants to activate Gix. So I think we actually do block here. Okay, so now this has got menace. That's going to hit us anyways. I think we trade with Gix. Yeah. Do I care about... I guess the nice thing is if I get rid of this, then he can't activate that. And we are at 11. Otherwise, I could go like veteran to push more damage. But this is a better use of mana. So I think I actually like that more. Because then we have a chance to double spell next turn, and that's kind of where I want to be. Do I care? So if he plays this, kills that, and attacks for 5, do I want to block with my 1/1? I don't think so. I guess, like, okay, what could he have? He could have the 5 mana, whatever it's called, where we have to sacrifice creatures, enchantments, and planeswalkers. So he could theoretically do that. We would take 4/9, but not die. I think I'm actually okay just shoving here. Okay, so we had the removal. Now this thing is going to be a 6 power or more. Oh, I guess he can make it like a 7, 8, 9, 11. Okay, never mind, that's it. So if he sacrifices this, I think we just die. So I didn't know about this combo, so I guess maybe we should have held back reinforcements. Yeah. Cool deck. And again, like so many of these decks I just haven't seen. So there's like a lot of forward and backward. Like 2 steps back, 2 steps forward.